You ever wonder what really goes on in a man's mind when it comes to intimacy? I mean, sure, the surface-level stuff is easy to guess. But what about the things he secretly craves, yet never actually says out loud? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology behind those hidden desires. And I promise you, what you're about to hear might just change the way you look at relationships forever. Now, let's be honest. In the bedroom, communication is supposed to be open, right? But reality, it's a little more complicated. Because even the most confident men out there carry quiet fears, silent hopes, needs they're too nervous, too shy, or even too proud to voice. And the crazy part is, it's not about anything wild or outrageous most of the time. It's about emotional connection, subtle cues, and the kind of intimacy that goes way beyond the physical. Psychologists have been studying these hidden dynamics for decades, and what they've found is fascinating. Men, just like women, have deep emotional needs that surface most vulnerably when they're at their most intimate. But social conditioning, especially in places like the US, teaches men to hide vulnerability, to stay strong, to be a man. And that mindset, it leaks into the bedroom too. So what happens? He holds back. He stays silent about the things he really wants, not because he doesn't trust you, not because he doesn't want you, but because deep down he's afraid of being judged, afraid of looking weak, afraid you'll think less of him if he exposes the parts of himself that are most raw. But let me tell you something powerful. The moment you tap into these unspoken cravings, something magical happens. The walls come down, the trust multiplies, and suddenly your bond isn't just physical anymore. It becomes emotional, psychological, even spiritual. And that is where true passion lives. One of the biggest cravings men have, but almost never voice, is the desire to be desired. Sounds simple, right? But think about it. Men are often expected to be the pursuers, the initiators, the ones who make the first move. Society frames it like it's their job to chase, to convince, to prove. But what if I told you that deep down, every man wants to feel chased sometimes too? Every man wants to feel that fire in your eyes that says, I can't get enough of you. And not just during the early stages of a relationship either, even years down the line, he craves that feeling. He longs to feel like he's still your fantasy, not because he's vain, but because feeling wanted validates a very basic, very human need, the need to be chosen. When a woman shows genuine hunger for her man without being prompted or guilted into it, it ignites something powerful inside him. It makes him feel seen, it makes him feel alive, and it builds an intimacy that no amount of physical attraction alone can ever replicate. Now, let's move deeper into the psychological layers. Another secret craving: men want emotional safety. And yes, that sounds counterintuitive, because we don't always think of men as needing emotional protection. But in the bedroom especially, vulnerability is intense. He might not show it. He might keep up the strong, confident exterior, but inside, he's hoping for reassurance. He's hoping for acceptance. When he's completely exposed, literally and emotionally, he hopes you're not just tolerating him. He hopes you're embracing him, flaws and all. In fact, research from the Kinsey Institute shows that men often experience performance anxiety, even when they're in long-term, committed relationships. And what's more fascinating is that the fear isn't always about performance itself. It's about emotional consequences. He fears that failing to please you means failing as a partner, failing as a man. This is where kindness, patience, and authentic encouragement become incredibly powerful. A single genuine compliment, a lingering touch, a whispered "I love being with you" in his ear. Those small moments are not small at all. They're giant, they're unforgettable. They tell him, "You're safe here, you're enough for me." And that safety, it unleashes passion you might have never even seen before. Another thing men secretly crave is variety, not because they're bored or restless, but because novelty triggers excitement on a neurological level. Studies have shown that new experiences release dopamine, the feel-good chemical. It's not that he wants someone else, he wants you in new ways, a different setting, a playful surprise, a slight shift in energy. It's about keeping the spark alive by keeping curiosity alive. And here's the crazy part. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's not about grand gestures or movie scene drama. Sometimes just a spontaneous kiss, an unexpected compliment, or a playful flirtation can create a rush of adrenaline and connection. And speaking of playfulness, that brings us to another deeply hidden craving, freedom to let go of control. You see, men spend so much of their lives being expected to control things. Work, money, emotions, responsibilities. It's a heavy load. In the bedroom, they dream of being able to release that burden, even for just a little while. To not have to plan, to not have to think, to simply be. When a man feels like he can lose himself in the moment with you, when he senses that he doesn't have to be the leader all the time, it's incredibly freeing. It's healing, actually, and it creates a kind of trust that spills over into the rest of your relationship. Another secret that most men would never actually say out loud is this. They crave praise for emotional intimacy just as much as they crave praise for physical connection. It's not just about "you look so good" or "you're amazing in bed." It's about hearing things like, "I feel so connected to you. I feel safe with you. I love how you listen to me." When a man hears that kind of feedback, it transforms how he sees himself. It reaffirms that he's not just wanted for his body, but valued for his heart, for his mind, for who he is beneath the surface. And when that happens, he doesn't just become more passionate, he becomes more devoted, more willing to invest his time, his attention, and his energy into making you happy too. Now, there's one more thing that deserves a spotlight. It's probably the most vulnerable craving of all, aftercare. And no, I'm not talking about anything dramatic or formal. Aftercare simply means the moments after intimacy, the cuddles, the soft touches, the gentle words. It's about reaffirming the emotional bond once the physical bond has been made. Many men feel this need deeply, but don't ask for it. Because again, social conditioning tells them they're supposed to just roll over and sleep or move on fast. But inside, they're hoping you'll stay close. They're hoping you'll hold them or let them hold you. They're hoping you'll stay connected just a little longer. Because in that quiet space, there's peace, there's belonging, there's love. If you're still with me here, you're already seeing how powerful this understanding can be, and how simple change is. Just a touch more affirmation, a little more playfulness, a dash more curiosity, can completely transform not just your intimate life, but your entire relationship. At the end of the day, the psychology of male desire isn't complicated, it's just hidden. It's wrapped up in armor. But once you learn how to gently peel that armor away, what you find underneath is beautiful, vulnerable, loyal, loving. So the next time you find yourself wondering what he's thinking, what he's wanting but not saying, remember this. It's not always about what happens in the bedroom. It's about what you bring to the bedroom. Emotional safety, playfulness, admiration, acceptance. Bring that, and watch everything else fall perfectly into place. Thanks for spending this time with me today. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it too. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and never stop deepening your connections.